with Mothra, you know, like some old school movies, Godzilla. Mothra was coming down to tear everything. You don't send a little army. No, you go call Godzilla because you need a monster to fight a monster. So the final little catalyst that actually recently happened a few weeks ago, I had one of the worst health scares that I've had in my entire life. Now, as a chronically ill person, going in and out of the ERs is just part of the course. But this one in particular, this admission was very, very different. Multiple ERs, blood transfusions, different treatments, doctors are being dismissive. I'm getting closer to that point where it's like I said, I want to leave this realm. I want to just get relief in whatever way that I can. And in those moments, I had to speak more life because there was so much death knocking at my door. I need to speak life. We need to bring this back. There's more here that needs to happen. So I intensified my affirmations. Any moment I had something to speak, just continue to speak. And when I say things have turned 720 in the last couple of weeks, got approved for an apartment, business is booming, people are coming through DMs, like this workshop here that has been manifested from that, just seeing the life that's been poured out has just been absolutely amazing. And I know I'm doing it. I know there's more brats out here that we need to do it as well. So I can't hold this in. I have to share. We need to use our powers, especially as Black women, bringing all of our magic. So that's a little bit of my backstory of how we are here. So let's actually get into the good shit of what, here's the actual process. So this process, doing the shadow work, I like to call like dating my demons. So in a similar way, you know, maybe on the apps, you'll meet up somebody, swipe, you meet up, you get to know them, see, do you want them to be in your life or not? This is that process. So it is a repeated process that I use to identify the flaws, to use them for my advantage, to manifest my dream life. So figuring out where their power is so that it can be used. Like if you're going to be here, you might as well have a job to do, earn your keep. You just cannot take up space. So that is our process. And it's very, very easy that you can do. So the first phase is we got to set the atmosphere. You have to set the tone because doing this deep work, doing this shadow work, we are opening up our heart and making it vulnerable. So the number one priority in this phase is to just create that space where you can feel safe, whatever emotions come out, good, bad, and different, that you're not feeling judged, not being judged or shrinking down. So I like to make it a date, block off at least an hour of some time that I can really focus in. Don't call me, don't text me, do not disturb. If you're dead or dying, walk it off, just like Captain America said, like really break off that time and making it intentional with those boundaries. If I don't have an hour, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, the idea is the intentionality. I'm coming into the space, I'm coming into this work. Let me focus on that for that time. Definitely making it as distraction free as much. So quiet space, having like your notebooks, your pens, get your stacks, get your blankies, food, your phone on do not disturb. Just really making sure you can focus in on this one thing for X amount of time. So that is the first phase, is setting the atmosphere so that we can be open to release and be vulnerable. The second one is we are now listing out all the bad traits and all the flaws. So now that we are opening up all those nasty ass thoughts, we are putting on the page. So whatever emotions are coming out, let it out. It's nothing too big, nothing too small. Our own thoughts that we talk about ourselves, and then what have other people have spoken to us as well. So just a few of mine that come from like my notebook, being blunt, being called pathetic, being called a burden, psychopath, sociopath, multiple personalities like DID, unreliable, like all of these different things that are in that dark that I love to hide. Is like, no, we need to bring them forward to the front. So listing out as many as you can, really put yourself on that paper. So that's phase 2. Now, phase 3 is my absolute favorite. Now, this is where the magic comes in. So this is where we reframe the flaws in a positive context. So that main prompt that I like to use is, where would my flaw be celebrated? Where would this be a flex? Where would be like, oh my God, we need this. So an example, I am nosy. I like to be up in people's business. I need to see what's happening around me. I'm on my P's and Q's. So normally when we hear nosy, that's a negative connotation. Why are you observing? Why are you all up in the mix? Da, 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 da. To put it into a positive spin, what did it mean to be nosy? Nosy is I can see patterns. I can see things that other people miss. I can put connections together that other people had missed. So that's how we can start to flip and put in a positive thing. The first character I think of is like Batman being a detective. Like, yeah, you call him nosy, but he's actually observant to make sure that all of Gotham is good. So a script that I use to help flip it as I'm writing out the list of traits is I am not X. So what is that flaw? I'm actually Y, which is that different piece. It's opposite because of Z, like what it actually does in practice. So I am not X. I'm actually Y because of Z. So in this example with nosy, it would be I'm not nosy. I'm actually observant because I can see things that no one else can. So that is a script and frame to help list them out to find that power so that we can flip it. In our final phase, as we are beginning to bring it in, we've opened up our hearts, we've listed out all this bad, we've now done all the positive to reframe it. Now we are praising ourselves for this deep work. Give yourself a clap on the back, praise yourself because you are one of one to actually do the work. Like how many people are actually sitting with themselves to dive into this work, to understand how to use their power? Not a lot of people. So the mere fact that you're doing needs to be celebrated. The mere fact that you're doing also reminds your body that you feel safe to do this work, that is comfortable to do these things, to unlock, to be in that pace. So giving yourself props for being vulnerable. And at the end, doing some deep breathing to just help recenter and bring it back in. So doing an inhale for like 4 counts, hold it for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4. So doing box breathing is really good to help just recenter, training the body to be safe in this space. Then after doing breaths, looking at the affirmations that we've written before, saying them at least 3 times. So choosing like 1 to 3 that you want to focus on, just saying those a few times while we're still in that mode, while we're still in that spirit before we close our heart and come back to reality. So those are the 4-step process in dating my demons. So some additional prompts to just help celebrate and to anchor it in, to continue to doing it because it's continual practice is what is something about myself you're ready to finally celebrate out loud? What is a small act of self-praise I can do today to anchor in my new energy? And how can I remind myself that my power does not need permission? So one thing I like to do, like self-praise after the moment, is I like to get a little bit of glammed up. So if anything, I make sure I put on a scarf, some earrings, and I put on some lipstick to just solidify in like I'm looking extra good and I want to make sure I'm feeling extra good. If I got my little favorite snacks in the fridge, I make sure I go eat up because I don't know about you, but a Cinnabon box hates to see me coming. They hate to see me coming at all. So um, praising yourself and doing those different things. Now, is there any questions thus far that you have that we with this? Awesome. Okay, because I know you're at work right now. So this would be like a practice. So either today or sometime, choose maybe 3 to 5 that you would want to focus in on, or you can message me afterward. If you have some like, hey, I want some help actually writing out a script, you can message me and then I can help you write some affirmations as well to do that because that's a part of the program. Like, yeah, let's get some additional support. Yes. So picking like 3 to 5, writing some affirmations for that. So now we get into the goodie as we are now landing the plane. So I have some affirmation cards. So I know I'm a visual girly. I like to post my things up on the wall. So I have some printable cards that I will send to you with the replay that you can just continue to add to that energy. So give you a nice jump start. There'll be over 30 affirmations that you can use to really bring in. These are some of my favorites. I command, I demand, I receive. Really leaning into that brat energy, like it's coming forward with that conviction and energy. I feel safe within my body to hold each and every blessing owned to me. As a anxious person, not really feeling safe, like, can I hold this? Do I want to hold this? It's really important that it helps me remind, like, no, I'm safe to hold this. Not only is it mine, but I can hold it. I'm not going to drop my bag. I'm not going to drop my blessing. And my last one is the more that I am spoiled, the better I move in my purpose. So really talking to the universe, talking to God, talking to Most High, like, you know what's up. when you give me what I want and when I'm spoiled, it pours out. My people are blessed. My abundance is blessed. My inner circles are blessed. So it's like, you better you helping me. It's coming forward. I'm that vessel to do that. So got printable affirmations coming. That is all yours. And as well, you say you can message me and we can write out some affirmations as well. And yeah, so these are next steps of how we can work together. So I have a variety of different things. If you want to do a one-on-one, really get into either making a personal brand, getting clarity, or just more mindset work, we can do a session. It's a co-working, you, me, we can do that. Or joining my group. So I am opening up some group community so that we continue ongoing process and presence. Spirit was like, people are out here, but we need a space to come forward. So bringing in my skills of content design, graphic design. So like, hey, you need some content to go out? Let's do it. We need some editing. We need some feedback. Let's do it. I've been blessed over years to build a very nice community, over 5,000 people across platforms, 1,000,001 lifetime views. So getting attention, finding out people is like my specialty. That'll be an ongoing thing as well. Moving forward. So thank you so much for coming up and being a part of this workshop. If there are any questions or anything you want to like chat about, we do have some time. Like I said, right now it's like a one-on-one. So if we want to speed a little time while you at work, we are more than able to do that. Okay.